Good day. Our topic today is about capacitor. Um, so I will discuss to you the different types of capacitors and how to decode them. So a capacitor is an electric circuit element used to store charge temporarily, consisting in general of two metallic plates separated and insulated from each other by a dielectric, also called condenser. So a capacitor is made up of two metallic plates which has uh, dielectric in the middle or insulated from each other by a dielectric. And sometimes capacitor is also called a condenser. Now, what are the functions of capacitors? Number one, store charge such as in camera flash circuit. So this the electronic component responsible for the electricity of your flash, the flash of your camera, either cell phone or DSLR camera, is a capacitor. Next, smoothing the output of power supply circuits. So without capacitors, the current output of your power supply is rough. So it is needed to make it smooth so that the current output is smooth and will not affect the performance of your audio device when powering them. You need to use a capacitor. And last one, tune radio to particular frequency. So this is the knob usually used by your parents maybe when they were younger to choose the radio station that they want to listen to. Like for example, DZRH or Star FM or Shine Radio. Just rotate the knob and find the frequency, and then you already tuned to that radio station that you want to listen to. Okay, so uh, capacitance, this is the ability of the capacitor to store charge. In resistor, we call it as resistance, and it's it is its ability to resist the flow or limit the flow of current. But here, capacitance, the ability of the capacitor to store charge. Okay, so a large capacitance means that more charge can be stored. So capacitance is measured in farads. So the symbol of farad is capital letter F. However, 1 farad is very large, so prefixes are used to show the smaller values. And there are 3 prefixes that are used to show smaller values for capacitance. We have the microfarad or micro as the prefix, which is, it looks like letter U, and then nano, letter N, and pico, letter P. So these are the 3 prefixes that are used to show smaller values. So um, 1 farad is equivalent to 1 million microfarad. And then 1 microfarad is equivalent to 1000 nanofarad, and 1 nanofarad is equivalent to 1000 picofarad. Anyway, the unit measurement farad is named after Michael Faraday. I'm sure you have heard about this person already. If not, then you may want to search him in Google, or you may ask Google to tell you about more of Michael Faraday. Next, these are the types of capacitors. We have 6: electrolytic, ceramic, mylar, polyester, tantalum, and mica. These capacitors are usually non-polarized except electrolytic and tantalum. Electrolytic and tantalum capacitors are polarized, meaning when we say polarized, they have positive and negative and they must be connected properly. The rest are non-polarized, meaning there is no positive or negative. Just like resistors, they are non-polarized. They have no positive or negative. You can connect them either side. Okay? You can connect them either side. it will work properly as long as they are not polarized or non-polarized. But if they are polarized, make sure to connect them on the right polarity, positive or negative. So electrolytic capacitors, um, there are two designs of electrolytic capacitors, the axial and the radial. Later on, I will show you a picture of axial and radial type so that you will know the difference. Okay, so these are polarized, meaning they have positive and negative. So this is the picture, axial on the left and radial on the right. So axial type and radial type. So it will tell you which lead is negative or positive. In the radial type, if the capacitor is new, how do you know which one is positive? Of course, the lead with a longer lead, or the lead that is longer, that's the positive, while the shorter is negative. And at the same time, below the capacitor, there's a black printed area with a minus sign, so that's the negative. Okay, it is marked positive or negative to tell you which lead is positive or negative. Next, the ceramic capacitor. Every capacitor is a sandwich of an insulator between two layers of metal. So this is the dielectric, the insulator between two metallic plates. That's the dielectric. So the material used for the insulator, called the dielectric, largely determines the capacitor's overall behavior. Capacitors with the ceramic dielectric tend to have small values ranging from a few picofarads or trillionth of a farad, the unit of capacitance, up to 1000 picofarads. So it could be from 1 picofarad or to thousands or picofarad. So they tend to have good capacitance stability over a wide temperature range. Quartz, crystal oscillator circuits, and radio frequency electronic filters use ceramic capacitors. So usually capacitors are named after the dielectric used in constructing them. So if you use paper as a dielectric, you may call it paper capacitor if it's possible. Or if it's wood, then you may call it wood capacitors. Okay? So these are examples of ceramic capacitors. Next, mylar capacitor, and it uses mylar, which is a type of high temperature polyester film as its dielectric. It is typically very stable and able to operate over a wide range of temperatures, usually up to 125 degrees Celsius. As such, therefore, this type is a common choice for instrumentation equipment, also high quality audio and communication equipment. So this capacitor can still work properly even if its temperature is above 100 degrees Celsius or hotter than a boiling water. It is still work properly. And of course, during operation and you will touch the capacitor, you may burn yourself or your hand because of its heat. So these are examples of mylar capacitors. Okay. Next, tantalum. So this one is another polarized capacitor. The electrolytic and this one is polarized. So applications requiring large capacitors valued in small space might use tantalum capacitors. These capacitors are small in size but they have high capacitance. This is the characteristics of this capacitor. If a tantalum capacitor is wired backwards, the reverse polarity will probably destroy the part. So this is polarized, meaning you have to connect positive to positive, negative to negative. If a tantalum capacitor will weep, meaning it will cry. And when we say weep, there is a liquid leakage in its body, a silvery fluid. Audio and analog signals equipment use tantalum capacitors and as do some power supplies. Okay, so you will know if the capacitor is damaged already when there is a liquid leakage in its body. That means it's no longer working. You have to change it. Next is polyester film capacitor. Capacitors with a polyester film dielectric come in a wide range of capacitance values and have good reliability. Their capacitance increases slightly with temperature, so This cannot be used for more sensitive circuits. We cannot use this for sensitive circuits. Polyester film capacitors are inexpensive and widely available. So polyester film are cheap compared to other types of capacitors. Silver mica. So this one, mica is a naturally occurring mineral that forms thin sheets, makes a good dielectric. Silver mica capacitors have accurate part values and good reliability, though they command higher prices. If polyester film is cheaper, silver mica is more expensive. These capacitors are used for frequency sensitive parts of audio and radio circuits. So, but this one, they can be used in sensitive circuits or sensitive frequency sensitive circuits. Capacitance values start at a few picofarads and go up to low microfarads. Voltage ratings range up to 1000 volts. Okay, so before we will decode, we will review the six types of capacitors. Number one is the electrolytic, which is a polarized capacitors, and then we have the ceramic, and then the mylar, the polyester film, tantalum, and silver mica. So the tantalum and the electrolytic capacitors are the only polarized capacitors. The rest is non-polarized. Okay, so this is how we decode a capacitor. For example, zero point 0.1 means 0.1 microfarad. So if what is printed in the body is zero point 0.1, it means in microfarad already. But if the numbers are composed of three numbers like 102 like that, that means 1000 in picofarad. Okay? Sometimes the multiplier is used in place of the decimal point. For example, 4 and 7 means 4.7 nanofarad or 4700 picofarad. Okay? So if there's a letter N in between the number, that means the prefix that we will use is the nanofarad. Okay? Capacitance number code. If in resistors we use color code, the black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, green, blue, violet, gray, white. Here we use the number code. A number code is often used on small capacitors where printing is difficult. Okay? And the first number is the first digit, the second number is the second digit. So meaning the first and second number, whatever those numbers are, just copy them down or write them down. And the third number is the number of zeros to give the capacitance in picofarad. So if the capacitor's number is like 1 1 2 1 2 2 like that, just copy the first two digits or numbers, which is 1 2, and the third number is the number of zeros that you're going to put in picofarad. So if that's 122, the capacitance is 1200 picofarad. Okay, so ignore any letters, they just indicate tolerance and voltage ratings. So if there's a letter before the number or letter after the number, ignore them. They are not part of the uh, of what you're going to decode of the capacitance. They just tell you the voltage rating or the tolerance, which is it is also in your book. The tolerance, there are numbers or letters there, I think, from B, C, D, G, H, I, J, K, M, like that. Okay, if it's J 5%, F K 10%. So for example, 102 means 10, and then the 2 is number of zeros, so that's 20, so 1000 and picofarad, or 1 nanofarad, because 1000 picofarad is equivalent to 1 nanofarad. For example, 472J means 4700 picofarad, and the tolerance is 5%. Okay? So these are different types of capacitors: polyester film, ceramic, tantalum, like that. Okay, so here we have here an example of different capacitors. So letter A is electrolytic, B tantalum, C mylar, D ceramic, and polyester film capacitors. Okay, so the tantalum in the electrolytic, the black is the axial type and the blue is the radial type. So that is, you can already read the capacitance, which is 100 microfarad. Here is 6.8 microfarad and 16 volts and 50 volts. In the ceramic, you can see there are 203. That means you are going to decode it 20 and then 3 zeros, that's 20,000 picofarad. Okay, so our discussion ends here. If you have any question, um, just PM me. Bye bye.